Yo, welcome to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach, along with my partner, Mr. Ali Wally. We got a special guest in the building. Mr. James Black is in the building. We're talking about the Chicago Bulls. They made a big trade. Make sure you go on YouTube and subscribe to the Spectator Sporting page. Go ahead and hit that bell. Leave comments. We got previous shows from before. This one will be up there very soon. Go ahead, check it out. The Chicago Bulls at the beginning of the season got a new GM, a new president of basketball operations. They came in with a new coach, Billy Donovan, and I think they wanted to see what everybody can bring to the table. So they let everybody play like most of the season to see what they had. And the Bulls, AK. I think he's seen enough. He's seen enough, and the Bulls made a blockbuster trade. As a Bulls fan, it's been a long time since we've been a part of a blockbuster trade like this. Bulls trade Wendell Carter, Otto Porter, and a 2021 first-round pick, which is protected. I think top four protected, and a 2023 first-round pick for Nikola Vucevic. There we go. I said it right. Hopefully. And Al-Farouq Aminu, did I say that right? Aminu. I'm sorry, I apologize, but you're new to the team, so I gotta get used to it. So, big time trade. I mean, you get Nikola averaging 24 and almost 12 rebounds a game, all-star for the last couple seasons. Yeah. Big time player. So I'm gonna start with you, James. What's your first impressions of this trade?
Man, awesome, man. Like you say, as being a Bulls fan, I can't even recall the last trade deadline trade that was impactful in a positive way towards our team. So already AK has stepped in and shown who did and did not make the cut. He made the proper move. He addressed the big man situation because we have been getting killed by every big man known to man and coming through Chicago. So he stepped up and got the all-star center, averaging 24 and 11, close to 12. He also got a backup center in the deal as well. So he has addressed the needs that the Bulls need in order to proceed. And that's something that I love about this guy, and I love this about this team. And we're going to see them get to work tomorrow, man. See what we got.
You know who's happy this morning? Woke up this happy this morning? Billy Donovan.
Billy Donovan, yeah. Gave him more weapons to play with. Yeah, Billy Donovan definitely was happy.
He's very excited. Adi, what's your first impressions of this trade?
Well, yeah, I look up what we gave up. And so when I learned that 2021 first round pick was top 4 protected, I'm like, man, that's pretty good, because now if the Bulls do miss the playoffs and they get lucky in the NBA draft lottery, because Bulls fans got to know we got lucky last year. We was the 7th worst record in the NBA. We jumped to number 4 in the lottery. So if we do miss the playoffs and jump as a top 4 pick, then we get to keep the pick, okay? Yeah. And then also the 2023 first round pick is not protected that much. It's not top 4 protected. I do know that. Yeah. But the thing is, hopefully in 2023, that pick is in the 20s. It's in the mid 20s or something like that. So, you know, and so
it won't hurt us that much.
It won't even hurt that bad. And then you get Wendell Carter Jr. was sitting in Orlando. Man, the guy we was giving up on. All of us pretty much gave up.
I gave up him at the beginning of the year.
He was done.
He was an undersized center. I saw the Joker throwing him on the ground. He wouldn't get up. He just didn't show any toughness. Any fight. Get a flavor foul, get a check. It doesn't matter. He's gone. Otto Porter Jr., we barely knew him.
All night long. I was calling for all night long to be gone.
Hey, he was flying on the bench. He used to be sharp on the bench, though.
Yeah, I was asking for him to be gone, man.
They go. It's like we barely had him. On paper, this is a steal. This is a steal on paper. I'm like, I just can't believe I've never been this excited for a trade since we traded Will Perdue for Dennis Rodman. That's the feeling I get.
Even though it was an off-season trade, that was
you knew that was a steal.
That was the last best trade the Bulls have made. You're right about that. Will Perdue, Dennis Rodman. I don't know what the hell the Spurs were thinking when they said, let's do that. Dennis Rodman wasn't going to church. He was pissing off David Robinson, whatever. But that was absolutely crazy.
Everybody knew we won that right off the bat. And so now Nikola Vucevic, the only centers in the NBA that average more points per game than him is Joel Embiid and the Joker. Okay, Vucevic. And so also he's averaging 11.8 rebounds a game, That's number 6 in the NBA. We definitely need that. The Bulls are number 20 in the NBA in rebounds per game. I'm really liking our lineup. We got the rookie Patrick Williams at small forward. We got Lauri Markkanen at power forward. So he's the third scorer now. He's averaging around 19 points a game. The man in the middle, Vooch. And then you got Zach LaVine, you got Satoransky took Kobe White spot at the point guard position. I like our bench. We got James Mitchell, Danny Tights from the Celtics. We got him as a backup big man. Thaddeus Young, one of the best bench players in the NBA.
Magic Johnson.
Explain the trade for Daniel Tice right
quick. It was a 3-team trade. Only thing, basically we lose Daniel Gafford and Chandler Hutchinson. I believe they're going to the Wizards. They're going. We end up with Daniel Tice. We got the other boy, Troy Brown Jr. from the Wizards. He was a 2017 number 15 overall pick in the first round. Last season he averaged 10 points, 5 rebounds a game, but his minutes was cut drastically this season. His numbers went down, so maybe he gets some more playing time with the Bulls. And so basically we got Troy Brown Jr., we got Daniel Tice, and we lose Daniel Gafford and Chandler Hutchinson in that deal. And so, so I'm liking what we have. Gary Temple still on the team. Aminu might take some time from Denzel Valentine, and you got Kobe White still off the bench. It's a pretty good team.
Yeah, absolutely. James, explain to me, having a player like Nikola Vucevic, what is that going to do for Zach LaVine?
Oh, man, it's going to free Zach LaVine up to be able to have that big man he can depend on, that's not into the game like he got Vaseline on his hands and the ball hitting him in the face. Wendell Carter Jr. We don't know what the guy was doing down there, but Vooch is ready. Vooch is seasoned. He's an all-star, and Zach has someone that's going to go to war with him. It's going to elevate Zach's game. Right now, Zach is going to be able to go to the hole and say, I got somebody that's going to clean this glass, or I got somebody that's going to catch this pass. He's got that in his mind, so he's going to play with extra confidence than he already had coming into the season. I just can't wait for the rest of it. Like I said, the Bulls are going to be there. Now they got this extra push to be there. Now I got some people to join me and see that they're going to be there. So hey, I'm excited for this, man, in a long time.
Adi, what can this... a lot of people thought Lauri Markkanen was going to be traded in this trade deadline, but the Bulls kept him. What does this do for Lauri Markkanen?
Lauri Markkanen, now he's going to be out there, Vooch in the post. Markkanen can go out there and shoot the jumpers, and then you can also post Markkanen up, and Vooch can shoot jumpers. He's shooting 40% from 3-point land this season. Okay, so they can play off each other. That can be one of the best big man combinations in the Eastern Conference. That's a nice duo right there. I like it, and so Markkanen, the pressure's off him. He's going to be a restricted free agent this year. He's having the best scoring season of his career. Field goal percentage, 3-point percentage points, the best of his career. Keep it going, and I'm glad they didn't trade him at the deadline, and they can and just keep that trio going with Markkanen, LaVine, and Vooch. That's a nice foundation.
Yeah. And the good thing about this, what the Bulls did, Vooch still has years on this contract, right?
Yeah.
2 years, I think.
2 years.
He signed through 2023.
The Bulls have money now to play with too. So not only looking to this season, finishing out this season, hopefully they can finish strong, get in the playoffs. But now, free agents is gonna be like, whoa, they got Vucevic, they got Zach LaVine. Oh wow, if I go to that team, so now they just made themselves so much more attractable to the rest of the NBA with a good coach and with Billy Donovan. So this was a great move. I didn't expect it. It came out of nowhere. I wasn't talking about Woj bomb.
Stephen A. didn't warn me of this, you know.
There was no rumors. There was no rumors.
And I love that. I like that. Just don't talk about it. Just do it. Just get something done.
Yeah.
So that was real. That was really good. Just excited to talk about it.
AK is doing what he did in Denver, man. Building a solid team, foundation, good coach. He's moving the same way, man. He's got that Theo Epstein or that general manager president thing going on here, man.
So let's talk about. There was some other rumors that the Bulls was gonna trade. Let's talk about one. Okay, we all know the Bulls needed a big man. We needed some big man. There was no question about it. It was just absolutely atrocious watching Wendell Carter go against Joel Embiid and Joker. It was just atrocious.
Yeah, it was.
It was atrocious. But the Bulls also have another weakness, and that is the point guard position. I know Kobe White is the young guy, second year in the NBA. I don't, you know, and you try not to give up on guys too quick because you know they're young, you know. But I just, so far, maybe he can't. So far, I just haven't seen the point guard's skills. I don't know if he really has it. Maybe he was stunted last year. If he would have played more point guard last year,
that's definitely a factor.
Yeah, you know, he could have, you know, but it's like he doesn't even have the ball in the fourth quarter. I mean, Zach LaVine is running the point. So it was a rumor that the Bulls was gonna trade for Lonzo Ball. Are you okay? Did you want the Bulls to make that move, James?
The Lonzo Ball move would have been great. However, I feel that the Pelicans may have been asking for too much that would have derailed the team's progress with this year moving forward. We don't really know what they was asking for, but we gotta trust in AK, and I feel like if they was asking for the right thing, AK would have pulled that trigger. And AK is not gonna put us in a situation to make us go backwards, which is why he probably didn't pull the trigger. So from what I've seen from AK so far, man, I gotta just trust what he's got going on and know that he did the right thing for us. And we will get our point guard eventually because he's addressing the big man. To me, was a bigger need over the point guard simply because we couldn't get any rebounds. We kept getting beat down low. And we have guys that can actually be a point guard. They just have some work, but we didn't have any big men that can be better. Yeah. There's room for Kobe to get better as a point guard.
True, good point.
There's room for Satoransky to get better. Satoransky's pretty solid, but there's room for him to help Kobe get better. There was no help for Wendell Carter Jr. whatsoever.
Right. No, that's good.
There was no help for anybody coming in for Wendell Carter to be better to help us out. So that was more of a, we got to do this first, and then if we can get that point guard good. And I trust what AK's doing, man. So I feel like even though we missed our beat, we'll bounce back this summer and get us a point guard for sure.
And Lonzo Ball is going to be a restricted free agent. I expect the Bulls to be.
Sometimes you may wait and you get the player later for better, cheaper, better deal and all that.
Yeah, so I expect the Bulls to put an offer into him. He's going to be one of the top Bulls priorities in the offseason. Mm-hmm. What you think about? What do you think? Do you think they should have got Lonzo or at the right price?
Yeah, I would like to have Lonzo Ball on the Bulls as a point guard, but I'm not giving up Lauri Markkanen the first round pick for him, okay?
What about straight up?
Straight up, that would have been tough. That would have been tough. I like Lauri Markkanen, man, so I wouldn't have did it, man.
Okay.
And so, but you brought it up, Roach. At the end of games, I'm seeing Zach LaVine running the point guard a little too much. Yeah. I don't like this whole I'm a point guard and I'm a shooting guard. And nah, man, you the shooting guard. We need to find your point guard like Phoenix found a point guard for Devin Booker. Okay, they didn't ask him to run point guard. Okay, so we got to find that this offseason. Now we brought up Lonzo Ball as a restricted free agent, meaning that the Pelicans can match any offer that he gets this offseason. So you also got other point guards out there. Who you got? Kyle Lowry. He would be a free agent. The Bulls should go after him. Also, you got the Nets, Spencer Dinwiddie. He has a player option. He'll be
we had Spencer at one time.
We did.
Garpax said these guys can't work. Garpax said he's no good. We had Spencer, man.
He has an ACL injury right now, so
I wouldn't want him.
And then you also got Dennis Schroeder. You also have Drew Holiday has a player option, but will he leave Milwaukee? And Mike Conley will be a free agent. And CP3 has a player option, but will he leave Phoenix? I don't think so. Maybe your best option is Mike. Those are your options.
What's Derrick Rose doing, man?
Well, he's with Thibodeau, so maybe he wants to stay there.
Well, Derrick Rose, he had COVID right now, but you know he actually had been put in the starting lineup with the Knicks.
Yeah, he was. Now I'll throw you a little twist though in the whole situation. If the Bulls, we'll talk about this on the next segment, but if the Bulls do miss the playoffs and they get lucky in the draft lottery and get like a top 3 pick or a top 4 pick or something, they might end up with Jalen Suggs or Cade Cunningham. So, I
don't think AK won't stay. He didn't go make this trade to be a top.
Bulls gonna climb from that 10th spot. Believe that.
Chicago Bulls, we all know, made a big time trade, getting rid of Wendell Carter. Getting rid of the flyest guy I've seen dressed on the bench, Otto Porter, and gave up a first round pick in 2021 and 23 for Nikola Vucevic and say his name for me, Adi.
Aminu.
Yeah, so big time upgrade at the big man position. Now you got a star lineup: Satoransky, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Markkanen, and Vucevic. Pretty nice lineup right now. So with that being said, James, the Bulls right now sit in the 10th seed. The 10th seed. Can they make the playoffs now?
Yeah, I believe so. I've said it from the jump that this was going to be a year that the Bulls are going to make the playoffs prior to the trade. But the trade just backed up the thoughts that the upper management has, and this is going to be our year to get in that playoffs. I'm still pushing for the Bulls to. They need to be aiming for that 6th spot. If they don't get that 6th spot, I'm pushing for them to be in that play-in game and do what they need to do to win that one-game situation. And the Bulls are in the playoffs this year. Yes, they are.
Yes, well, they definitely upgraded the roster, no question about that. Do the Bulls, me and you both, James, had the Bulls in the playoffs from the jump. Me and you was like, hell no, they not going to make it.
Right.
Has your thoughts changed?
Well, I had to look at it deeper now that the Bulls made the big deals. The biggest trade of the season in the whole NBA, okay?
Oh, whole NBA?
Yeah, I think that was the biggest trade.
No, I would say the James Harden trade.
Oh yes. Well, I'm thinking about the deadline.
Okay, you talking about the deadline. You said the whole
You mean the James Harden forced my way out of here.
Yeah,
like,
you're right. But you know what? I look at the top 3 spots in the East are taken. All right, Milwaukee Bucks, Sixers, and the Nets. Okay, forget about that. The Miami Heat made a nice trade. They got Victor Oladipo with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. I say they're number 4. Tom Thibodeau Knicks, they're number 1 in the NBA in points allowed per game. They're the best defense in the league. I think they are going to get the 5th spot. Number 6, I'm looking at the Celtics. They got the boy Evan Fournier for 2 second-round picks from the Orlando Magic. That's going to help them kind of help replace my man Gordon Hayward a little bit. And number 7, so that's my top 6. Okay, I don't get the Bulls making the top 6. Number 7, the Atlanta Hawks. They fired Lloyd Pierce, and they got Nate McMillan.
They've been on fire.
They got on fire. They won 8 straight games in March. You got Trae Young, all-star snub Trae Young. The man is very dangerous. Clint Capella's number 1 in the NBA in rebounds per game. Now, the 8th spot, now that's where it gets a little dicey, okay? You have the Charlotte Hornets, but LaMelo Ball, he's out for the season. You also have the Indiana Pacers, but T.J. Warren, he's not coming back. He's out for the season.
The bubble god.
The bubble god. He was killing in the bubble last year. He ain't coming back. The Chicago Bulls, you know what? They got Vooch, but they like to play hot potato with the basketball. They love to turn over the ball. They're the worst team in the NBA in taking care of the ball. They get the most turnovers per game in the league. So I'm looking around who I'm going to pick, and you know what? I'm going with the Indiana Pacers to get the 8th seed. I think Sabonis and my man Miles Turner, they got the man Karis LeVert. See, the Pacers, they was losing a lot of games at the end of February and the beginning of March, but then Karis LeVert came in there in the middle of March, started playing well, 16 points a game. And I like Malcolm Brogdon. I think they got a very solid team. I think the Indiana Pacers gets that 8th seed, and the Bulls do not make the playoffs.
In the play-in tournament?
I think the Bulls make it to the play-in tournament, but then they
lose. Okay.
It's tough. It's a tough one because Vucevic is going to help the Bulls out so much. I mean, as far as with everything, he can post up. He can shoot the 3. You can play pick and pop with him. He can pass the ball. He has very high IQ out there. Zach LaVine averaging 28 points a game, shooting 50% from the field. I feel like that's a real combination right there. Now, the only thing that might stop them, the Bulls from getting to the playoffs, they might have did this a couple weeks too late. It's a couple weeks too late. Maybe they would have did this early in the season, but of course they didn't know Orlando was going to have a fire sale. But maybe that. So with that being said, I like the Atlanta Hawks, what they've done since. I guess Lloyd Pierce was really the problem. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, Atlanta just took off. They played a whole. There's something going on. I think it's going to be between the Hornets and Bulls that's going to get that 8th spot. The Pacers is there too. It's just the Pacers have been having injuries. I'm surprised surprised they. I think I picked them not to make the playoffs this year, but so I can't do it. As much as I want to say the Bulls gonna make the playoffs, I just can't do it. Because it's just not enough time. It's just not enough time, and they still have a glaring weakness at point guard. They still have a very glaring weakness. I don't think Vucevic erases their turnover problems, as Adi brought up, because they have such poor ball handlers on the team. I think Kobe White coming off the bench will be an upgrade for the bench, and maybe Kobe White can go back to that role, looking more to scoring rather than trying to set the team up and stuff. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be close. They're gonna be in the play-in tournament. It's gonna be right there. They're gonna be right there because all they need is a 4 or 5 game winning streak, and they right there. But it's gonna be tough.
They need to call one of Rosen's finest back, man. The homeboy, man, Walt Lemon Squeeze, man, lefty point guard that came and put on the show. Where is he at? Like, I'm gonna go out there and find Walt Lemon, man. Tell Walt going back down to the UC and say he's available because the man played solid. He didn't have a bad showing. And all of a sudden the Bulls didn't bring him back, and now we lacking that point guard. Granted, he hadn't been in the league, but the time he was on the Bulls, Walt Lemon was pretty solid, man. They called him Lemon Squeeze for a reason. The man was a left-handed D-Rose minus the dunks.
Walt Lemon. Well, Archie Diacono probably will get some more take.
Oh my God,
Archie,
they love Archie in the Bulls organization. Well, every time he's in the game, I'm like, what are they doing? I mean, I get it. He plays tough.
He plays tough defense.
He plays very tough. He's very agitating out there.
And he hit the open jumper too.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Every now and then. But sometimes he be broken or he won't shoot. I mean,
he's got that John Paxson DNA look, that Kirk Heinrich look, so that look would never not be on the Bulls roster.
So Adi, James said they're going to make the playoffs. What player, if the Bulls were to make the playoffs, what player needs to really step their game up not going down this final stretch?
They're going to make the playoffs.
If they're going to make up the player, which players, I mean, we all know Zach LaVine and Vucevic are the two main guys. What player is going to have to elevate their game where you can say, you know what, they can't get in the playoffs?
I got to say Kobe White and Saturansky.
Yeah.
Okay, them guys, they got to take the ball out of LaVine hands, like in the clutch when it comes down to bringing the ball up the court.
Yeah.
I don't mind when the ball crosses the half court line, now you throw it to LaVine. Yeah. I'm seeing LaVine pouring the ball up and dribbling and then getting ripped up and all that, and he's doing too much. He's playing too many positions.
Yeah.
I think Saturansky or Kobe White, one of them dudes need to come through in the clutch like, all right, look, it's a tie game, it's 30 seconds to go, Saturansky dribble the ball up the court, run some offense. Hey, Zach, you over there, I'm going to throw the ball to Vucevic in the post, all right? Or, boom, I'm going to throw it to LaVine off a cut and run a pick and roll with Vooch. All right, that's what I need to see. So I want the point guards to start running some more offense and take control in the clutch, and we have a chance.
James, what are you looking for from the rookie, Patrick Williams, going down now?
Hey.
What are you looking for him coming? Now, he's playing most of the season now.
Yeah, he got his feet wet. It's game time, man. It's game time. I was listening to Stacey the other day commentating the game. He said, hey, somebody's got to tell Pat, hey, it's go time, man. Like, you out here. You know, come aggressive, go hard, or don't go at all, you know. So Pat's got it in him. He seems a bit passive at times. He seems easygoing and kind of relaxed at times. I need somebody to really piss Pat off, maybe put something in his locker that shouldn't be there, take something, I don't know. Get Pat fired up, because I want to see a fired up Pat Williams. I want to see him yell. I want to see Pat Williams get a lot of fouls in the game. I want to see him be aggressive. I want to see him get tough. Because if he can do that, we don't know what this guy can do. Like, if he plays pissed off, it's easy going, as lax as he's playing, he's showing good. But if he plays with a little anger, some, what our coach would say, some high tenacity behind his ass or something like that, I see Pat Williams being very, man, he can push the Bulls, man, showing that aggressive.
Well, Pat Williams is going to have a lot of open shots.
A lot of them.
Because Vucevic and LaVine are going to be...
He can shoot that moon shot, that three-point he shoot it almost go to the rackets when he shoot it.
He's going to have a lot of opportunities. Yeah. So that's the key. They bench got to step up. But now you bring in Daniel Theis too. I like him coming off the bench. We'll see. He can also shoot the three, bring some energy off the bench with Kobe White.
And Thaddeus Young.
And Magic Johnson.
So the Bulls have they have a legitimate, I ain't gonna say a legitimate team, but they have some pieces now. Now where they could make the playoffs. It wouldn't shock me if they got in. It wouldn't shock me if they went on like a little run with Billy Donovan coaching them, getting them ready to go. I know Zach LaVine wants to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
He don't want to be the guy average 28 points a game and not make the playoffs and shoot on 50%. Vucevic was in the playoffs with Orlando last year. Showed them, they gave a tough going to Milwaukee.
In the bubble,
they won the game. They won the game. So I know he wants to go back to the playoffs. And marketing. But see, the key for me is marketing. If marketing is really, because this is marketing's make or break time. Because the whole thing about him was a lot of people thought he was going to get traded, including me. thought he was gonna get traded. Now they bring him back. The pressure's off. The pressure is off. Now you can just go out there and hoop. And we need marketing to, because he's gonna have a lot more open shots now. The attention's not gonna be on marketing as much as well too. So I think marketing is gonna be the key, and I think just ball handling and point guard play, and the Bulls can make the playoffs. But like you say, with Indiana being there, with now they got LeVert back, and then Malcolm Brogdon together with Sabonis,
Miles Turner.
That's gonna be
Atlanta's been on fire, and so. You know, and in Miami getting Victor Oladipo, and then the Knicks are just Thibodeau is making the playoffs. Tibbs is making the playoffs.
But we know what happens to Tibbs players and Tibbs system as the season progresses. We know what's going to happen when the playoffs come. As it gets
Julius
closer.
Randle getting better as the season go on. It seems like
He may be right now, but we know what the Tibbs factor is gonna come into play, man. Tibbs got them dudes practicing at 5 in the morning. He got them shooting around after the game. You know the Tibbs factor is always.
I still think it would be a very good.
Then it's the Knicks too. It's the Knicks too.
The Tibbs and Randall All-Star, and they got them playing like dogs over there, man.
Yeah.
Well, the Bulls, whatever happens, hopefully I want the Bulls to make the playoffs because it's good for showing. Even if they make the 8th seed and get demolished by the Nets or the 76ers, it doesn't matter. They need to be seen on a national level so other free agents can say like, whoa, okay, the Bulls got something. So that's what I mainly want. So I'm gonna go. The Bulls are gonna get the 8th seed. I'm gonna go.
You changed it now.
I changed it. I'm gonna go there. I changed it. And I'm probably speaking with my heart in my head right there. But hey, listen.
Be like me, man. I'm always for it, man.
That's it. All right. You've been watching Spectator Sport. We want to thank Mr. Jimmy James Black for coming in here talking about the Bulls. I'm Zach Roach along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. Make sure you go on YouTube, subscribe to that page, Spectator Sporting. Hit that bell. Leave a comment in the meantime. In between time, we out. Peace.